Hi and welcome to RC Copter Love. For me, it's unbelievable how much happiness and excitement it gives for me every time when I get a very new helicopter packaged in a beautiful way. Maybe some of you remember that I had such an M1 EVO. Almost exactly in this color. It was exactly the red one, but I gave it an orange canopy. And I was losing it about 1 year ago. So I still don't feel good because this poor little helicopter lies somewhere in the woods, alone, in cold, in ice, with snow on it, with sun on it, and I didn't find it. And after mourning 1 year about this, I decided to make myself a little present and to go for a yellow one. Because I thought I have to have an M1 EVO. I have two M1s and I really opened a lot of these boxes because I have in total 5 M2s. I have 2 M2 V2s, 1 Explorer, I have 1 M2 EVO and 1 M2 EVO Mark II now. And I have, as I said, 2 M1s and I had 1 EVO, but now I have a new one. And now please come over to me, my dear wife, and let's show what is in this beautiful package. Not so easy to open it, much easier to fly it. Ta-da! This is this beautiful machine. Isn't she beautiful? And I tell you what fascinates me every time, that everything is shiny and new, not bent. There was no crash. The tail boom is perfectly straight, like in my case, sometimes not very long. The canopy, no scratch. The blades, shiny, no little scratch. Nothing was ever touching these blades. In this package there comes a battery, brand new, never charged, and we get, please show it, what we get here in this package. We are getting a small bag with spare parts, very important, because you see here are little nuts on the blade grips which are holding the main blades, and unfortunately they get sometimes lost. They are getting lost in the flat or under a sofa or something. Here you have a couple of spares. We have also some very small shims which are used in the flight stack, so whenever you have to change something in the frame, you can lose them as well. They are here inside. We have servo horns. Whenever you have a crash, it's very likely that a servo horn gets broken or that the screw gets ripped out of it. You have all these parts inside, even a couple of frame screws, everything here inside this little package. The next important thing is we have a cable for charging these 2S batteries. They are switched in this plug on our smart chargers, which have usually an XT30 or XT60 adapter and the balance adapter. So this is very important for charging the batteries in a good way. We have some silica gel that this helicopter arrives in our country in a dry state. And we have very important things. We have a little wrench, and this wrench I have already received the yellow M1, and this wrench is for holding these screws when you tighten them or untighten them, so you don't have to use your fingers or a small small other instrument, and you can loosen and unscrew these canopy posts with the open side. With this closed side you even can put in the small nut and adjust the tightness of these. So it's very practical, keep them always. And the next very important thing that comes with the box is a 1mm hex driver. It is very difficult to find 1mm hex drivers. You find 1.2 and 1.5mm, but here on this helicopter they are used in some screws the 1mm hex. So keep this all, it looks this way when you unpack it. So that's what we get. Also the next important thing is we get the instruction for the flight controller. It's here because OMP Hobby has a very good way, a simple way to adjust your flight settings. You can adjust the helicopters as you wish it. Some people want the helicopter a little bit more tame. I already mounted on my helicopter the little satellite for my Free Sky FR Sky radio. So that's already something changed. This is this cable. And you can adjust the helicopter, make it more agile, react with more speed, or slower. If you are a beginner, you can tame this helicopter down, and you can do all this on this flight controller. There's a small set button. You can push this set button, and then you can, with pushing the set button several times with a small hex driver, the best, you can go through the menu, and everything is explained very well in this little instruction booklet. So although this helicopter is really ready to fly, you can adjust this helicopter to your preferences, and of course before taking off the first time with the helicopter, after binding it to your transmitter, you should check if the swash plate is leveled, if everything works. All the OMP Hobby helicopters are test flown. We have many people in the factory of OMP Hobby which are flying each and every helicopter, but I would really recommend you to check all functions. If the collective pitch reacts, it is just in your interest that this helicopter does not fly into you, because these things are no toys. They are serious machines, although they are small. On this package it is saying she's small but fierce, and that's really true. These helicopters are fully capable of 3D acrobatics, and they are dangerous if you don't treat them with respect. So, in the next part, we are going to fly this beauty. As exciting it is to open the box with the new heli, even more exciting it is to see it for the first time in the air. Oh, she's so beautiful now here in the sunlight. Great. She's small, but she's fierce. And she's precise. So, but in the first flight, to not crash her directly, I will get used to this little bird. Of course, like always, when the sun comes out, like today, we had many days with gray skies, the wind comes with her. I don't know, you never get these two things alone. When there's sun, there's wind. When there's no wind, there's no sun. And oh yes, right, that's what I wanted to say. I have to think once again. And I think I can try to bring this little thing in an inverted position. Yes, she does it. I have to get used to it a little bit, because she's brand new and everything is working great. All my older helis have already a little bit of play in the swash plates, because I have thousands and thousands of flights and I never changed the swash plates so far. And
maybe some other parts are slightly bent, sometimes the blade grips. So I will bring her once again here to us, close to us, because in every training I try to do it as well, a little bit of side hovering, side view hovering, nose in hovering, and the other side. So, and here in this sun, she looks really, really pretty. Once again, a try if I can take her into inverted. Yes, and she wants to fly. That was of course not good at all coming out of this inverted, but I'm practicing. I'm at the moment more on the simulator than ever, and more on the simulator, much more than on the field, because when it's really around 0 degree, I prefer now to do my training at home in my living room with a nice cup of coffee. I have to have a look on my timer, and yes, it is time to come in for a landing. Once again, show yourself from this side and from the other side, and we are going to land. And she was even turning her nose to us. That was very kind of her. So that was my little sweet M1 EVO in yellow, the new machine, brand new, and it was the first flight. I love her, really, really. And I hope you liked this video. If you liked it, give us a like. If you like it very much, please subscribe to us, and see you again on RC Copter Love.